Today I get to talk to you about one of my all-time favourite cars. This is a 2021 on 21 registration Land Rover Defender D250, and it is the 110. It's a Defender 110, which means it's the 5-door, slightly longer version of this car. Now, interestingly about this car, it's the D250, not the D240, so really easy to get them confused. The D250 actually runs a 3-litre straight-six Ingenium engine with mild hybrid. It's a very different animal to the standard D240, which is actually the much smaller 2-litre engine. So very, very rare car with this engine. And this is a first edition. So again, making the car that much more interesting. Quite unusual to find a 3-litre D250 first edition in the market today. And actually, if you look at the market, you'll see there are very few examples of these cars. The first edition means it comes loaded with options. We'll show you as many as we can, but let's have a look at it first and foremost, because for me, these cars are all about the visuals. Gondwana Stone Metallic, one of my favorite launch colors. I think this car just absolutely, it just suits this color. It's got a full black pack on it, so as you can see, so all the auto black styling pack. That's these bonnet sort of grippy sections on the bonnet carried over from its older brother, I suppose, the original Defender. The black inserts to the front headlights, the contrast black roof, and then those lovely little black accents around the A-pillars and the mirrors. And we'll show you some more at the back as well. Now, I want to talk to you about some of the options as well. So first and foremost, Matrix LED headlights. These are a fully adaptive dynamic LED beam, and they will block out traffic for you as it comes by. A lovely LED, sort of signature LED daytime running light down there as well, and an extra sort of fog light, LED fog light, very nicely sort of hidden in this lower grille section here into the radiator intakes. These cars also do come with cruise control. And if you have a look, there's a really neat little forward-facing camera down here. It's so well hidden in this sort of square cutout grille. That's for the forward-facing part of the 360 surround camera system that this car has, and that is a 3D camera system as well. So I'll show you how that works when we get in the car. Now, look at the side of the car, and if the cameraman actually stands there and then looks down the side of the car, you'll see this car looks very different to a lot of them that are on the road. And I'll tell you, the big giveaway is these massive extended arches. And for me, it's so important when you're styling and ordering one of these to order these with the extended arches. They're just a plastic arch kit. They're from Land Rover from factory, but they make such a big difference to the way this car sits on the road. A really pretty addition. And now come and have a look at the front left corner. Fantastic set of diamond cut and sort of anthracite metallic grey on the inserts of these wheels. They're a beautiful wheel. They're a big 20-inch wheel, but because it's a Defender, you get loads of sidewall on these tyres, and these sort of all-season Pirelli tyres that these cars come on now. They're a fantastic tyre, and the car rides beautifully because of that extra sidewall. Land Rover official twin-step side steps. Again, for me, another amazing visual effect on these cars. They almost look naked without the arches and without the side steps. Gloss black mirrors, and then if I just open the door, we'll start to see some features. Maybe if I shut it again, it'll do it again. No, it didn't. But if you just have a look, there's a little cutout in the corner of the mirror glass there. That's blind spot monitoring. Again, part of this car being a first edition. And then go have a look inside. The seats are full leather, full ebony black leather. Amazing specification inside, lots of features. You've got the big opening panoramic roof as well. All of this being part of the first edition. The lovely first edition sort of plates, tread plates as you come in. And then lots more to talk about when we get inside the car a little later into this video. And then have a look in the back of the car as well. A huge amount of space. And I think that's what these new Defenders really are. They are a proper family car now. And again, that big panoramic roof giving you loads of visual light coming through that roof section for the rear passengers as well, making that interior feel that more spacious. Having a look here, these little buttons on the edge of the door handles, that's the keyless entry system. So this car has keyless entry and keyless go. And now we'll move around to the back to some more, in my opinion, interesting features on this car. So what we have here is a fully painted spare wheel carrier, which is beautiful. Lots of people don't have these. They have the spare wheel just open as it is. And then coming inside the boot. And here again is one of my favorite features about Defender, and I think this is what Land Rover did really well. The grip on this boot floor is amazing. Stuff doesn't slide around, it's really hard wearing. These cars are designed to take equipment in the boot of them, even if it's just luggage. a stroller, things like that, but it's amazing for loading stuff. You don't have to worry about damaging bits of the bodywork. Again, the grip section follows onto the rear seats there, so when you fold the seats flat, you have this enormous load space, loads of literage with all of that grippy floor on the back. And then it's all about just how well thought out these cars are. There's nets, there's storage, there's everything everywhere. And then under the boot floor here, if I lift it up, you'll see even an extra sort of cubby hole down here for some extra storage. It's just a very well thought out car. And here's a small feature that I really like on these as well. If you hold the door anywhere, it's sort of a self sort of solidifying gas ram on the door, so you can see the door is now solid. So if the wind picks up, that's not going to swing away. It's a really, really clever feature. Now, coming down the driver's side, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to run you through some of the lovely technology that now exists on a modern Defender. I'll jump in and I'll fire the car up, and we'll start on that door card. So on this door card here, you're going to see this lovely sort of hard-wearing textured material that Land Rover like to use on the door cards. It's a fantastic material. When it gets dirty, it's easy to clean. It's super, super strong. So really hard to tear. It's a brilliant material. And then what I really love about these Land Rovers is then you can see the body through the doors. There's lots of body in the interior of the car. Fully electric windows, obviously an override for the rear child lock. You've got electrically adjustable heated anti-dazzle mirrors, memory settings for driver and passenger in the front, and then this lovely little awareness system that you have here, this little light here. And what that does is that flashes orange if it thinks that something is in the way of the door, so you don't accidentally open the door and hit a pedestrian or a cyclist. Meridian sound system, again standard because this car is a first edition, so you're getting a car with all the options you ever want as standard. Coming inside, the lovely Land Rover Defender steering wheel that now exists. On the right hand side, you've got a heated steering wheel, you've got a lane departure warning system and your cruise control functions, and then on the left hand side you've got all the controls for that lovely new cockpit. This digital display is fully adjustable, so I can go in here and adjust the display. So if I change the layout here, you'll see at the minute it's set to 1 dial. I can set that to a full map, so you can see how that ends up looking. A really cool feature. You still have all the required information at the bottom down there, your fuel range, your mileage, your temperatures, so on and so forth. So still an amazing way to configure that virtual cockpit. Your settings on this stalk over here are for your automatic lights, and obviously, as you know, when I mentioned at the beginning, they're matrix adaptive beam. And then moving over to a really cool feature, what this is the clear sight rear view camera. If I flick that switch, there's actually a video camera mounted in the shark fin where the aerial is on the roof. And the whole idea is that you can flick this switch and it will go from being a regular glass mirror to a video recorded camera. And then what that does is if you have a full car of passengers and you can't see out your rear window, you do still have visibility. It's a fantastic safety feature. Coming down to PIVI, which is Land Rover's infotainment system. It's a fantastic system. It's much, much better than the older system. It's super responsive. It's got Land Rover's own navigation system in here as well, which you can see is very responsive, has all of its sort of smart features in there as well. But most importantly, full wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, an incredibly convenient feature to have. It's all set there. I believe it's my phone that's currently connected to the car. And then I just wanted to show you the camera system because it is a very cool feature. So on the right hand side, you've got the top view 360 camera, you've got your reverse camera and your main beam there, and your main screen there, I beg your pardon, for when you're in reverse. However, if I press this button here, you'll see it go to like an augmented 3D reality view, and you can move yourself around the car. Again, amazing for parking the car in tight spots, or if you're out in a muddy field and you need to know where the mud ruts are and things like that. It's a really, really fantastic feature. Dual zone climate control down here. If I turn the little switch down here to the right, you get the heated seats. Obviously fully adjustable on that little dial down there. I really like that there's still buttons in this. Your air suspension all there, and your off-road driving modes are all controlled on this little wheel as well. And then moving down, this car is full of storage. Storage behind the sat-nav screen, USB ports and USB-C ports absolutely everywhere. A huge storage space and bin down here with more USB-C and USB. A cup holder underneath this little hidden panel, which really conveniently fits exactly in the little slot underneath there, which is an amazing little bit of thinking from Land Rover. Another little another little storage slot there. A 2-setting cooler fridge under the armrest there. And now I'll just jump out and summarize this car for you. So a 2021 Land Rover Defender D250 first edition. It's done just over 25,000 miles and just been Land Rover serviced. It's got all the correct visual sort of additions you ever want on a Defender, and I think Gondwana Stone for me, just the best colour. I actually think the best colour you can have one of these new Defenders in. My name's Matthew. I hope this video has helped. Thanks for watching.